What if the US dollar, the most powerful currency on Earth, suddenly lost its dominance in 2026? This wouldn't just be an American problem, it would be a global shockwave. For decades, the dollar has been the world's reserve currency. Countries use it to trade oil, buy goods, store wealth, and settle international deals. Trillions of dollars sit inside foreign banks and government reserves. In many ways, the global economy runs on trust in that single piece of paper. Now imagine that trust starts fading. At first, the signs might be subtle. The dollar weakens against other major currencies. Import prices rise. Fuel, electronics, and food become more expensive. Inflation begins to creep into everyday life, not just in the United States, but across countries that depend heavily on dollar-based trade. Then, markets react. Investors move their money into safer assets. Stock markets swing unpredictably. Interest rates climb as governments try to stabilize their currencies. Loans become more expensive. Businesses slow hiring. Large projects get postponed. Countries holding massive dollar reserves face a difficult choice: keep holding and risk losses, or shift into alternatives like gold, other currencies, or new financial systems. If many nations decide to diversify at the same time, the pressure on the dollar increases even more. Global trade could start changing shape. Some countries may begin settling deals in their own currencies instead of dollars. New alliances form, regional payment systems grow. Digital currencies issued by central banks could gain traction as governments search for more control and stability. Inside the United States, the impact would be deeply personal. Imported goods would cost more. Travel abroad becomes expensive. Everyday essentials, fuel, groceries, electronics, could see noticeable price increases. Savings lose purchasing power. Retirement funds fluctuate. Confidence becomes fragile. Banks turn cautious. Credit tightens. Businesses reduce expansion plans. Consumers spend less, which slows economic growth further. But the biggest shift wouldn't just be economic, it would be psychological. For nearly a century, the dollar has symbolized stability and global leadership. If that perception changes, the world may move toward a more multipolar financial system, where no single currency dominates. Power becomes distributed, alliances matter more, and uncertainty becomes the norm. Of course, a complete collapse is unlikely to happen overnight. Major currencies don't disappear in a single moment. They decline through phases, policy responses, and global adjustments. Governments and central banks would intervene aggressively to prevent chaos. Still, even a sharp loss of dominance could reshape the world order. New financial hubs could rise, alternative payment networks could expand, commodities like gold or energy might play a larger role in trade. Technology-driven money systems could accelerate faster than expected. In the end, the question isn't just whether the dollar could weaken, it's how the world would adapt if it did. Because when the foundation of the global financial system shifts, economies don't just adjust, they reorganize, and the balance of power, trade, and wealth may never look the same again.